Okay, so still in the small AMs of the morning. That's redundant. Hi. I need to go get some coffee. I'm in the small AMs of the morning, as opposed to the PMs of the morning. It's a very, very different type of morning. I mean, daylight savings does change in a couple of days, but I don't think that's how time works. Hi. Woken up, truck stop. This truck stop does not have any place to eat. And I want a significant breakfast because it was cold and rainy last night. And I did not sleep particularly well because it rained very, very hard and made a lot of noise on the metallic surfaces of the Shuttlepod. And it's very, very cold. So I'm still in fairly high spirits this morning, as it turns out, which is nice. So I'm going to find I guess McDonald's is the best bet to get breakfast. I know I had McDonald's yesterday, but McDonald's breakfast is good. And I do want a nice fresh coffee. Then I'm going to drive for a couple of hours to go to the nearest IKEA and spend a few hours slowly wandering around that and whatever else is around the IKEA, because IKEA is usually surrounded by other shops or shopping centres and stuff. So I think I'm just going to do that today, in the vain hope that I can manifest being accepted as a renter in one of these places, and then I'll have an idea about some furniture and stuff. Like I spoke about yesterday, I need at the very least a desk and a chair so I could just do my thing comfortably. I can use this air mattress thingy as a bed until I, get the opportunity and budget for one. Shelves are a thing I'll probably need. And both bathrooms are pretty bare, so I might need a little... in my old place, I had this little wheelie bathroom set of shelf things that was very useful. I'll get one of those again. It was fairly cheap. Not buying anything, of course, because I don't have a place, and there's no point buying stuff if all it's going to do is take up space in the van here where I need to live. But, just indulging in a bit of window shopping and a bit of hope. It's nice to feel hope. I hope that doesn't get taken away from me by my bastard brain. So, McDonald's, 2-hour drive, IKEA, and then whatever comes next, and then we'll find another place to crash out. In case you thought I was exaggerating about the temperature, weather report says it felt like about -2 at 4 a.m. And it's 5 degrees Celsius now. So, pretty chilly. Pretty chilly. Alright, that's breakfast and a personal refresh under the belt. Sun's up. I noticed it was up and I was driving right into the rising glare of it. Fortunately, the direction I have to travel mostly today is perpendicular to that, so I'll probably be able to see where I'm going. Although, the more I drive on Victorian roads, the more I start to think maybe that's not a prerequisite for a Victorian driver's license. Watching where you're going, having situational awareness. Alright, let's go have some fun in IKEA. See you in a couple of hours. Reason number 2, besides budget, that I don't want to live too close to Melbourne CBD, is I really, really hate driving in Melbourne traffic. It is some of the worst. Like, the worst drivers, the worst intersection layouts, the worst navigation. Who designed this city? It's just... it's just painful. Again, I've driven in several states and cities in this country. None have engendered as much anxiety and annoyance in general as the streets and drivers of Melbourne central sort of area, CBD and adjacent. Bloody hell. But I'm here in the shopping centre, nice undercover car park. It is paid car park, so I can't be idle here too long. But yeah, let's go have a poke around IKEA and whatever else is in the shopping centre. Oh, and by the way, I have heard you guys suggesting that, especially now that I've got the van, thrift stores for furniture, or, you know, yours if you can take it away kind of deals from people who are just trying to get rid of stuff. And I agree, the same thought has occurred to me, but we can't guarantee that, so hence the window shopping, to try and get an idea about the prices we're talking about. So worst case scenario, I buy new, I know what I'm in for. But yes, absolutely, I will be checking out thrift stores and etc. K-pop Demon Hunters, man, it's an absolute brainworm. I still can't get the songs out of my head. And as I'm touring this section of IKEA, couch. Cheapest possible sofa bed. Doesn't look very comfortable, but $5.50 for a fancier one. $400. Tell you though, that one looks like garden furniture, doesn't it? I guess it should live outside. It's just got that patio furniture zen about it. Yeah, if I need wind up needing something for the consoles or a TV, if I decide to go that way. It's the same family as what I used to have on my rear shelves, a little credenza thing in the background of my videos. Still quite like that design. There's something to be said for the more budget friendly. Stuff is fairly low priority though. Here we go, some basic fitch shelves. Oh, I was going to see how sturdy they are, but they're bolted to the wall so it doesn't fall down. $30 there. $40 there. How to get the job done. Here's the 2-wide version of the credenza thingy, shelving unit they call it. The one I used to have was a 3-wide with the matching shelves on either side, which are probably around here somewhere. That's quite nice, $100. Metal, I like the powder coating. Don't like the legs. I don't remember this one being an option when I bought mine. Do like the drawers though. Really don't have much call for a kitchen table or chairs. I don't remember the last time I sat at a kitchen table for a meal. Although, some of these might serve us quite well as a computer desk. Are they cheaper than computer desks? They sure are. It's nice and deep. I prefer something a little bit wider, but it seems stable enough. Yeah. $100, kitchen table. Wonder if it comes in any nicer colors. Not a big fan of that muted green. Didn't see any other options. I didn't actually know IKEA sold white goods. Huh. I think this is the exact same fridge I had in my last apartment. That one might be a bit small. Any fridge I get has to have at least enough room for leftover pizza. That does remind me though, I am going to have to get a bunch of kitchen stuff as well, because I didn't have room enough to keep much. I kept like a wooden spoon, one of each cutlery, one bowl, one plate. Like I don't really need much more than that, but there are some things I'll have to replace. Here we go, this is the kind of stuff I was talking about for the bathroom. Just something to put the sundries in. Don't see the one I used to have. Basic bed frame, 140 bucks. Not too worried about that. At my last place, I just had the mattress straight on the floor because it was a very small place, and not having a bed frame meant I could flip the mattress up against the wall when I wanted to clear floor space for things like VR. Both these new places are one-bedroom places though, so I can either set up my bed in the living room and have the bedroom just as a workspace, a studio, VR space, whatever. Or I could just do the same thing again and just get a mattress and straight on the floor. Flip it up when I need to get some extra room. Okay, here we go. Proper desks. Yeah, something about that size is what I need. I think that's a little bit shy of the one I had, just lengthwise here. But I like a deep desk. Yeah. Standing desks, by the way, are a complete sham. There is no medically supported evidence for their supposed benefits. Right, that right there is the cheapest chair. I think it would be comfortable to sit in for long periods. But I quite like some of those higher back ones as well. Oh, here we go. This is IKEA's special gaming desk and special gaming chair. I quite like the idea of these mesh chairs that breathe. Nope, hate that. I do like a chair that reclines when I'm passively watching something at the desk, but only the back reclines on this. I would need the seat to tilt back as well. Otherwise you get a weird back position. For me anyway, so no, IKEA's gaming chairs, and I go. As far as their gaming desk goes, there's another standing desk adjustable one. Not at that price, don't thank you. But I do like the fact that it has a little cable catchment back here. That's cool. A little space back there. You can chuck your power board underneath there and get to it without crushing up your desk, or having it lying on the floor, or having it inaccessible in the groove down there. It's good design, but I'm not paying that for it. One of their gamer-centric desks, or at least computer-centric. I like that it has the monitor arms sort of built into the back of it here, and a pegboard up there. That's really cool. It is $1,000, and it is one of those powered sit-stand desks, and I do appreciate that they've got actual keyboards, keyboard keys for that. That's a nice touch, but again, not at that price. That's more like it. $159. Very, very basic legs. Decently wide. Nice and deep. Ooh. Not terribly stable though. But if needs must, that seems pretty decent value for 160 bucks. Here we go. Much more affordable one that has some of the nice touches. Adjustable height. Cable management catcher. And not sure why that is split. Probably just to make it easy getting in and out there. However, yeah, it might make it a bit difficult to use freestanding monitor arms on the back of that. Still though, another option. Oh, well, that's what that circular cutout is for. It's specifically designed for their power boards. That's kind of cool. Is that the series I like again? Not bad. I wonder if I could assemble this without that middle shelf and actually get the PC itself in there. Doesn't seem obvious. Might need that for structure anyway. I do really like this series though. It's just kind of classy and elegant design. Do not like that chair. Another possible desk though. A couple $100. height adjustable. And another one with catchment for cables that go down the back of this so they don't sort of flop all over the floor in a messy clump. And I'm not exactly sure what the purpose of this is. Just keep it away from the wall and have some ventilation, I guess, but sort of extends the depth of the desk. You really don't need that to be solid because all the work happens here, so I could push things back there, monitors and stuff. Yeah, I think that one's my favorite so far. Also had to get rid of my monitor arms, and my monitors for that matter, but that's not a bad price for a little double one. Not very fancy and kind of janky, but again, if I need it. Same with the microphone arm. That is a nasty, nasty microphone arm, but if I need one, 20 bucks. Kind of janky, but $10 laptop stand. Come in very handy because I'm using the MacBook at the moment as my primary computer, and probably need to continue to do so because, yeah, one of my two main computers, like the one that used to be the work machine, it was aging. Original generation Threadripper, Windows 10, wouldn't upgrade to Windows 11 because it's missing the TPM stuff. So it got retired in the move. Kept all the hard drives and all that kind of crap, but the motherboard and CPU got donated elsewhere. And if I go back to streaming, I do like to stream with a dual system set up so I can run games on one, stream on the other. So the MacBook might be pulled into service for that. So laptop stand would be useful. Yes, for those of you screaming in the comment section, I do know you can buy just the tabletops separately from IKEA and attach your own legs and stuff. So these are the legs we got here. And the various tabletops over here. So we got up to about $95, no, $149 for that one. I'm relatively sure, in fact I'm damn positive, I have no need for any of this. Right, oh, stairs. So that's all the big furniture. Some options, some decent options. Now down to the smaller stuff and the kitchen stuff and all that stuff, you know, the stuff. Like, for example, these bath mats, which are exactly the same ones that I used under my desk as my foot mat. They're very, very comfortable. Your frying pan, that's on the list. I did keep one very small pot for camp cooking, but I'm going to need a bigger pot to take my stews and my bolognese in. 90 cents. Doesn't seem too bad for 90 cents. It's a plate, it's a plate, it's a plate. I wonder if the $7 French press is any good. Yeah, drinkware. Got rid of all that too because I was sure it wasn't going to survive the travel. So anything glass, gone. Hey, look, it's a cushion specifically designed to scream in. IKEA have everything. I feel moderately stupid for not remembering IKEA sell this stuff when I needed bedding. It's got a phone holder built in. I have always liked IKEA's lighting options in particular. They have basically any style, shape, size you could want. That's the little bugger I used to have. You don't see him on camera much anymore, but he was one of my rear lights. For a little bit of kicker behind me, I used one of my Philips globes in there. Wasn't bad. Wouldn't mind some kind of nice looking accent lighting, a floor lamp or something like this maybe. But there is something to be said for dinosaur lighting. Ah, there it is. That's the little guy I used to have in my bathroom. Very nasty and plasticky, but perfectly serviceable. 11 bucks. Day 45. This is one of the more labyrinthian IKEA I've ever been in. I've been lost for so long. The staff don't know I'm here. Hey, there's the basic metal shelves. I had a pair of these. Very trusty. They do get a bit wibbly wobbly, but you know, they get the job done. for 20 bucks. What more can you ask? Saying no to the plastic ones. My God, I see the way out. It's not a joke, by the way. I did genuinely get lost for a bit there. Kept doubling back on myself. A couple of the exits were a bit hidden. Hello there. It's on the opposite side to the IKEA I used to go into. The one I used to go into, the layout was, you know, this area was the same. The as-is used to be over there. Now it's over there. There we go. A little bit grotty, but 60% off. Yeah, not much there. Always worth checking though. That couch would have been tempting if I had somewhere to put it. That was a casual hour and a half or so exploring. Saw some decent options. This is a line in the sand to judge against. Worth it. Now, take a poke around the rest of the shopping centre and see what's what. Okay, not much else going on in the shopping centre there. Nothing of interest anyway. So, still reasonably early in the day. Just at 12:30 or so in the afternoon. Might find a Woolworths or Coles or something that's about an hour away just to get me out of the nightmare traffic. And then probably find another truck stop for tonight, I think. Any actual campsite is going to be too much of a drive at this point. So it should be a truck stop or two. Actually, there's one a bit north of here, which I've used before. It's a really nice one, as far as truck stops go. We'll do that. All right, supplies. That trip was the closest I ever came to proper road rage. 3 times. 3 times in less than an hour. Someone just swiped into the lane and nearly hit me. I had to slam on the brakes. Like, all the stuff back there, I could hear it go just shifting forward. That doesn't happen when I drive regularly because I drive smooth. But, yeah, everything's all shifted back there. I'm going to have to yoink the bed back. I think it's slid forward. Oh, that was anxiety in diesel-powered form. Melbourne drivers. Jam it up your ass. But yeah, just the general self-awareness on the road and selfishness in, you know, Melbourne and Greater Melbourne. People just think the road belongs to them and anyone else is just in their way. I saw one guy, P-plater, which is provisional license for you non-Australians. So you get learners, provisional, then full license. I watched him just swap lanes like 5 times throughout 40k an hour traffic jam. Just desperate to be in front of somebody, anybody. He needs to be in front of the next car. If someone was moving ever so slightly than him, he has to be in front of them. It was just obnoxious. And just before I pulled into the supermarket here, which is where I've arrived, going around a roundabout, 2 lanes side by side going around a roundabout, one guy couldn't steer properly, couldn't stay in his lane, and nearly crushed into the side of me. Again, had to slam on the brakes. Just stood on the horn. That's the first time I've ever used the horn in this vehicle. Except for, you know, the day I got it to test it out. So, yeah, I'm a little tense right now. So, along with my food supplies that I need to replenish, I might try and find myself something, a little treat of some kind to help calm myself down. I mean, I gave myself a treat yesterday, so 2 treats in a day, 2 treats in 2 days. I don't know. I don't want to diminish the value of a treat, but yeah, I need something to just chill me. Just maybe some yogurt, maybe some passion fruit yogurt or something. That'd be nice. Anyway, Here we go. And barely beat the rain back to the Shuttlepod. So I got my supplies. Also got blueberry yogurt, because they did not have passion fruit. Well, they did, but only in the expensive brand. This was decent value. Well, not really when you compare it to buying a big tub of yogurt and a tub of blueberries to plop in there separately. But as far as these little snack pack squeezy dudes go, not, you know, the best value out of that choice. Not what you'd call good value for yogurt though. However, for a nice soothing, sorry, my brain just short-circuited when I smelt the blueberries. For a nice soothing snack of delicious sweet Greek yogurt. What is this, Greek? Yeah, Greek style yogurt. Whatever. With blueberries smooshed in. Not bad. Not bad. That'll soothe me down a little bit. So I'm going to sit here and enjoy this. See if this rain wants to pass, and get back on the road and find that truck stop. Yeah, not a lot today, but a fair amount of walking. We're going to about 2.5, 3 hours worth of walking all up. So yeah, kind of starting to get weary. Also, all the stress on the road. 2.5 hours down. There was a lot of roadworks. An hour so far on the way back, or not way back, but way to the truck stop. Probably another half hour to an hour to the truck stop, I think. Yeah. All the road anxiety from earlier today has worn me out. Fortunately, this final leg should be fairly calm. Although, these drivers in the rain, who knows? I might die today. And you'd never know. The videos would just stop. That's dark. That place went downhill fast as I was last year. Everything was filthy, crap and puddles on the floor of food, and there wasn't a single clean table in the entire place. Kids screaming in every corner, and not a single parent trying to take control. So, into the van I go to escape it all. I was going to hang around in there a little bit longer and leech off the Macca's Wi-Fi, which doesn't quite reach to the van, unfortunately. Yeah, that's just tucking in for the day. It's about 5 p.m. Final touches to video to go. Yeah, that wasn't a bad day. Exhausting, very, very exhausting. As soon as I pulled up here, I laid down in the back for a bit and just instantly dropped for about 45 minutes until I got to work. So yeah, still threatening to rain. Just every 15 minutes or so it goes rain. Okay. Probably continue throughout the night, I expect. As for what tomorrow holds, it's another mystery. It's another one of those ones where I just have zero plan for tomorrow. I mean, if I'm incredibly fortunate and fortune smiles and you know, the dice, you know, come up a nat 20, I'll get an email in the morning going, hey, congratulations, come sign your new lease. But I'm not holding my breath for that. Would be nice though. Anyway, see you in the next one. And thank you to everybody, patrons, PayPal, super chats, people who like the video, and people who comment on the video. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate that very much.